Hey everybody, this is Sean.
And Alexis.
And today we're going to be doing a really fun little concept that we came up with.
Some cocktails.
And snails. It's part of our snack and appetizer little series that we might do more of if this does well.
Yeah. So to the left, you'll see you've got something called a Gin Fizz. You'll find out in just a minute or two how to make one.
And in front of you, you've got some Escargot mushroom caps with a really nice butter I'll show you how to make, topped with Parmigiano Reggiano. So I'm going to start first.
Yeah, Escargot!
Yeah, Escargot. For my contribution to this video, I'm going to be making some mushroom caps stuffed with escargot.
I've never had escargot.
I love escargot. I'm obsessed with snails. This is all going to be a delicious butter with the juice of half a lemon in there. It's a quarter of an onion with an equal amount of celery, garlic, and parsley. It was 1 stick of celery, about 4 cloves of garlic, and just like a handful of parsley.
And snails. Those are snails.
Yeah, and snails. And then this is about a cup of butter. And then we've got some shaved Parmesan Reggiano, and then 12 mushroom cups that I've stemmed and cleaned.
They look pretty.
Yeah, they do.
What?
Yeah, escargot. They're snails. They're delicious.
What kind of snail?
An escargot snail. And they feed them a lot of really healthy things for a while so that they don't have any toxins before they kill them. And it's the same type of snail that you see in like a French restaurant and things like that. So we're going to jump from this to doing prep work on those snails.
Snail.
Okay, the first thing we want to do when we've got our escargot, other than opening the can, is soak it in a bit of water.
Why?
Because sometimes they taste like they've been canned.
That makes sense. So it's like a mushroom, a canned mushroom.
Yeah, it's like any canned item. You don't want that preservative flavor in there because it's just been sitting in its own juices for possibly years. I mean, these are good until 2023, but...
What does the can...
See, and it also has the brine, and that's all the liquid that the snails...
I'm suspicious.
...released from them. See, that's why we're going to drain this. You should, here, drain that for me.
Oh, there's many of them.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them, and we only have 12 mushroom caps, but there's just a lot.
I'm going to name that one Jeff.
Oh, that last one that went in there is Jeff. And there you go.
Okay, they don't smell unappetizing. They actually smell...
A little bit like oyster, a little bit like chicken.
Yeah, I was going to say it's almost a little bit oceany.
Yeah, and then you just put in a little bit of cool water.
And then you just kind of sit in there for a bit.
Yeah, just let them sit for a minute or two.
Okay, it looks like we got like 16 to 20...
This is far more than I thought. I planned for 12. A small can probably would have had 12. This was a large can. I'm willing to bet there's like 24. But we're going to have extras. If you have extras, you can just fry those in some butter with some garlic and onion. 36 to 42 count. I didn't count.
I didn't see that until we opened.
Yeah. Okay, we've got a lot of snails to deal with.
I guess we'll shove 2 per cap?
Either way, we'll figure that out onto the butter. Now it's time for us to make the delicious butter. Again, it's a quarter cup of onion, a celery stick, 4 garlic cloves, and just a handful of parsley with about a cup of butter.
Any other things that would go with this?
You could put in a whole bunch of tarragon if you wanted. And white wine would be delicious. White wine would be really delicious, but we went with a different drink tonight. So I'm living without the wine.
If you want to see that video, check out our Weird Caesar.
Oh, yeah, the Weird Caesar.
You'll have to actually watch the video to know what the Weird Caesar tasted like.
We did have a Weird Caesar tonight as well, and we're also having those gin sours that you promised us.
I will, yes.
Cut up the butter.
Softened butter, pre-softened on our counter.
Yep, it's been sitting there all night. Just throw all that in.
Don't use hard butter chunks. This will not work.
Well, it will. It's just going to be annoying.
You're going to have hard butter chunks flying around in your mixer.
Right. And then we got the juice from that half a lemon going in there. Okay, we've got it all in the blender. And you're just going to blend.
Will it blend? Yes. Yes, it will. Not blend.
And you might need...
A spatula?
Okay. Every once in a while...
Kind of skloob it around. And that's a technical term.
Do this. The point of this is, you're going to want to go until it's a paste. So we're going to blend this.
Until it's a paste.
Until it's a paste. And then we'll see you in Paste Town.
Okay. That has turned into a paste.
It has. It needs a little bit more
pasting.
Stir to get things in. Final little blast of pasting. But you pretty much get the hang of what this part is. Then I'm going to have to take this and put it in some saran wrap or something and put it in the fridge for a bit. Because I'm going to want little discs of butter. So I could put a single disc of butter in every mushroom cap.
Mushroom caps.
That's my secret. So I'm going to see you when I have some solid butter. Okay, our butter has solidified. And we're on to the next step of the process. Now, I don't know why they always had us wait until it's solidified before we did this. I suspect that it's some part of making sure that the flavors in the butter have a chance to mix or something?
Unknown.
Yeah, I don't know. But now we're going to cut off some of this butter. It's going to end up getting melted. And then we're going to use that to coat the mushrooms.
Dumb question.
Yeah.
Why can't you mix the flavoring into the butter while it's melting?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. They always just had us like blend everything up with all the flavors and then solidify your butter, and then you'd get your composed butter, and then you melt the butter again and toss the mushrooms in it before you bake the mushrooms to get them ready before you do everything with the escargot. And I don't know why I can't just melt this while the other butter is solidifying.
I don't know either.
So I'm assuming that there's something behind it. Like a reason.
But we won't find out because we did it this way.
Yeah, no, we don't know what that reason is. If you know what that reason is, let us know. Otherwise, just hang tight and we'll be with you when this butter's melted. Okay, our butter is melted and smells delicious. Our mushrooms are ready and they're delicious. Our oven is preheated to 375 degrees, and I've got parchment paper down on our little thingy. So I guess here we go.
Got enough butter? Yeah.
Yeah, this is more than enough. This is just the coating that they get before they bake. We're just making sure that the mushrooms are pre-cooked so that they get rid of any of their moisture and stuff like that.
If you didn't know, mushrooms have a lot of water in them.
So much. And they'll also absorb all the fat and everything that you cook things with. So even if you're using copious amounts of butter, you still need to make sure that you do something to your mushrooms first. Like, it's... Oh, we should almost make a video on how to, like, prepare mushrooms for...
Yeah, if you don't know how to make a mushroom taste good, comment in the section
below.
below.
Difficulty cooking mushrooms, we've got a good trick. It'll make it easy. Maybe we'll show it for you sometime.
Can't remember where I learned it, but I would love to pass it on.
We learned it from a YouTube video from Glenn and Friends.
It was that Glenn and Friends?
I think it was Glenn and Friends. We'll look
or
and find
it was
out.
like
Glenn and
Food
Friends
Tribe or something. I don't know. Anyway, I would love to pass on the knowledge because you can actually like brown a mushroom.
Right? But now we take our butter and coated mushrooms, get them all pointed the same way because they need to have an equal amount of cooking.
Yeah.
Let's put them out a bit. And then it's going to cook for 5 minutes at 375 degrees. Then we're going to flip them over and cook them for another 5 minutes at 375 degrees. So until then, you're not even going to notice because I'm just going to cut straight to cooked mushrooms.
No, you're not. This is a great shot.
Okay, those ovens have cooked. After I flip them over...
Those ovens have cooked?
Yeah, those ovens have cooked.
Those mushrooms.
Those mushrooms have cooked. After I flip them over, I put a little bit of butter inside each of them to give us a tiny little butter pool. And we're go to start making our little appetizers. I'm going to take a little bit of cheese and put it in each one of these to form a little base.
Everything's better with cheese.
Yep, this is just a little cheese surprise inside your mushroom cap. Usually you don't even need this step. You don't even need cheese. You can just do mushroom caps and butter and the garlic and the onion and the escargot if you want. But after you've done your little bit of mushroom, now it's time to, or your little bit of butter, or cheese, then it's time to take your butter, and you're putting like...
At what point do you put the escargot in there?
Oh, after this butter.
Oh, they go on top of the butter.
Yeah, they go on top of the butter.
So they melt into the butter.
Yep.
So they basically baste themselves in butter.
Yes.
Excellent.
This is a very French recipe.
It's great for your cardiovascular health.
Oh yeah, your body's gonna love all of this delicious butter.
Oh, look at that.
Cheese.
Butter and cheese.
It's so good for you. Move it a tiny bit there. And then you take snails.
Put a couple snails in that one.
Yeah, that one's big. It's gonna get 3 snails. That one's smaller, maybe just 1 snail.
Get a couple snails.
Yeah, you're just shoving those snails in. Well, that's a huge snail.
Now, if we had more mushroom caps, we'd put like 1. We weren't expecting this many snails. I thought there'd be like
No, usually
8.
there's like 12 to 15, but I did buy a big can. So I guess I need to change my recipe up a little bit to make up for the size of the can that we had.
It'll be tasty regardless.
Right? But for now, we're just
shoving snails
into
butter.
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 And you just...
I got most of the snails there.
Right? There's a few snails left.
I don't know what we do with them. We'll figure it out.
I think this might be enough snails for these.
Yeah, that looks snaily.
Right? Very snaily. These 2 little tiny guys that go in there with that one. That's about as many snails as I can do. These little last guys I'll probably just fry up with this leftover butter.
Ooh, that'll be nice.
Delicious. But, oh yeah, there's some butter that I put in the cheese. That's a reflex for you. And then we take the cheese and we just put that all over the top.
I had to test it to make sure it was tasty.
Right? And if you've got grated Parmesan, it probably works better, but this is what the store had. They didn't really have any grated Parmesan Reggiano, so we're just using the shaved stuff, but that's fine. It's still good. We can still put copious amounts on each one of those little guys.
Except I keep knocking everything off.
Oh no, they're all falling apart.
There.
Oh. And there you go. And you cook them for 5 minutes or until all that cheese is bubbling on the top. So I will see you when these are done, which you'll see after we're done making a drink.
Gin. And now for the drink portion of our meal. Tonight we're going to be doing something called a gin sour. It's kind of a play off a whiskey sour.
Ooh, sour. That sounds like it's going to be something like a lemon drop.
Yeah! So, all you're going to need is some sort of bitters. We're going to go with these guys.
Ooh, Angostura.
Angostura bitters.
Approved by the Queen.
Some freshly squeezed and strained lemon juice.
Looks like about half a cup that we got for us.
And some simple syrup. If you don't know how to make simple syrup, it's half sugar, half water. Cook until dissolved. Done.
Yep. We'll probably need more for out the night, but that's enough for what we're doing now.
It's easy enough to make. Yeah, you can whip it up in seconds. 2 eggs, 1 for each of us. And some lemon to garnish.
Is it just the egg whites that we're using, or are we using the whole egg?
Just the egg whites. You're not gonna... You don't want the yolk in there. That would be...
So we're going to be separating those before we mix that all together for you.
Yes.
What's your next step?
So we're going to actually start with separating the egg white. Goopy. 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 And done. And we're just going to do it one at a time because I don't really want to add too much egg white to one drink. Just rinse off my hands here.
We'll be using those egg yolks later in some of my baking.
Probably bread. We'll see.
Yep. Extra couple egg yolks is good protein for your bread.
Okay, so give this a quick rinse out. Make sure it's nice and clean. Pour your egg white in there. Now, the egg white is optional, but it is what gives the fizz to the whole Gin Fizz. Without it, it's just kind of a gin sour. About 5 dashes of bitters. Ounce of lemon. Probably could have gone away with half an ounce, but I like them sour. Now, this is a fairly alcoholic drink. I'm gonna go with 1. And 2 ounces.
2 ounces in there. Those are big shot glasses. I think that's maybe more than 2 ounces.
Maybe, maybe not. We'll see.
We'll go with that's 2 ounces.
And just a half ounce of that guy. Now we're going to do something, we're just going to shake it dry for now. And that's going to help incorporate all of everything together with the egg white to make sure it fizzes properly. So you're just going to put that on nice and tight, make sure it's all sealed, and give it a good shake. Shake. And you do this for like 30 seconds. Still shaking. You're going to see this really sped up. Now that that's all shaken together, you can actually see it's all fizzy already. Oop. Mind the shake. 1, 2 little ice cubes. Seal it up nice and tight. And do it again. And optimally, you shake until you can't hold anymore. My shaker is tiny and terrible and has a really bad tendency of exploding.
Sometimes it freezes itself shut because it's made of aluminum. But what can you say for a free shaker that you won in a contest?
Yep, that's why I have this crappy Luxardo stuff. Nothing to say about Luxardo. I've just had it for years. That's nice and cold. Pop off the top. Ideally, we'd be actually using that small glass, but I have this one.
I accidentally dropped our cocktail glasses. Ooh. That looks nice and foamy and delicious.
Garnish with a piece of lemon, and it's yours to try.
But we don't get to try it until we have some mushroom caps.
Oh my god, mushroom caps!
Yeah, mushroom caps.
Oh my god.
Do you want the cheese to be a bit more bubbly than that? Because I kind of do.
Yeah, we should broil that for a sec.
So it turns out that 5 minutes wasn't long enough, but we're going to put that in there for another little bit. Probably pop the boiler on, and we'll be back when that's bubbling.
Mmm.
Okay, and there we go, and my portion of this is done as well. I guess all that's left is for us to get this plated and meet you back over at the table where we can try it out.
Based on the smell alone, I'm already a convert.
Yeah, like this. Oh my god, it smells delicious. I wish we had smell-o-vision, but I can't afford that upgrade for my phone. If you'd like and subscribe,
we might be able to.
Maybe. Who knows? The drink is made, and the snails are cooked. So I guess this wouldn't be a good video if we didn't try it first. So I've got ourselves a plate and some cutlery. Then you've never tried a snail before. Which mushroom would you like to try? I'm gonna try this drink while you're taking your pick.
I'll go with, excuse my arm, my gigantic arm.
The fizz, it's just a nice foam on the top. It's lemony. The alcohol is there, but it's not too bad. It tastes like a lemon candy that kind of foams and fizzes on your tongue.
So this smells absolutely fantastic. I'm just gonna go all out. Sorry for my microphone hitting the floor there. They're fucking delicious.
Have a try. What do you think of escargot? You've never had it before.
It's delicious. It doesn't really taste like anything but butter and herbs. And mushroom.
Oh, that turned out amazing. Just garlicky, buttery.
The Parmesan adds a nice, like, salt to it.
It's just a wonderful appetizer that you can pass around, or you can use this kind of as a main dish with just a lot of sides with it, like maybe some roast asparagus, some roast tomatoes. You could serve this on the side of a steak, which is probably what we're going to be doing for ourselves after we're done filming.
And that drink, weirdly enough, goes with the whole thing.
So we've made a successful appetizer and cocktail.
Fantastic.
So for cocktails and snails, it seems to have been a success.
Huh. We'll see if the future videos are like this.
Hopefully they're as good. And if you liked this concept, let us know. Comment below about how you like snails, or how you like whiskey sours, or even gin sours like the ones that we've made now.
Yeah, for reference, you can make basically the same drink, but with whiskey instead of gin. It works just as well. You get a slightly smoky flavor to the whole thing. It's delicious.
Yeah, we were just, I don't know, in a gin mood.
I like gin.
Besides, we had to film that Caesar video that you probably saw earlier in the week.
Which was, you'll have to find
Or
out.
you're seeing on Wednesday.
Or, yeah, you'll have to tune in to see those, because it was, you'll see.
You will see.
Anyway, thank you for stopping by. Have a fantastic night, everyone.
Good night.